Alright guys, we're going to be going over the road to early access from predecessor. On our most recent stress test, we want to share our roadmap as prepare for early access. Our main focus of stress test was to test our backend infrastructure. So if you guys didn't know, that stress test was a old build of the game, and they were just using it to test the servers. So that's where that came from. So they've been working on a bunch of stuff for early access. So they're going to go over the item system. So this is something that we're constantly tinkering with. We think we found a good baseline for how we want the item system to function, and almost all the feedback has been positive, so that's good. Part of the next version of the item system will mostly be about user interface, along with the HUD redesign. We're building the shop from the ground up to help support the new item system, so that's good. Alongside a redesign of the interface, we also noticed that a lot of players enjoyed items that went above and beyond and augmenting the way you play the hero, Galaxy Greaves, Moon Boots, and we're excited to introduce more of these items. So that means they're going to build in there some newer items and cooler items that can help with the array of builds we can make. So projectiles. Prior to the stress test weekend, we were already in the middle of a huge refactor to one of the key foundations of the game, projectiles. The reason we decided to refactor projectiles was due to not finding that the sweet spot and how we wanted them to feel. It did feel a little clunky, so I'm glad they're working on that. We noticed that faster shooting heroes like Murdoch and Drongo felt pretty good, but often heroes like Faye and Gideon felt below par, and such we went back to the drawing board to find areas of improvement. Awesome, man. That's what you want to hear. As part of the project, I can't speak. As part of the projectile refractor, we snuck in another massive upgrade to Howitzer's ultimate, which was previously quite difficult to implement. We're excited to showcase this new ultimate in action soon. So that means they're going to release a video. So definitely upload a video of that and see how that goes. Revamped user interface. One of the most common complaints was about the user interface. Most of you have been following us from the beginning will know this is something that hasn't been touched since almost the very beginning. Oof. The HUD is something we're focusing heavily on. However, we're pushing the boundaries using complex technology to squeeze every ounce of performance out of the user interface to ensure the game is even more performant than it is now. We received a lot of positive feedback with how well optimized and performant the game is, and what might be surprising for most of you is that our HUD is actually the heaviest part of our game at the moment. We're excited to see what the performance boost we get from the new HUD along with the improved visuals. So that's pretty much saying the HUD takes a lot out of the game. So FPS drops, you being able to play on high graphics and stuff like that. So hopefully the new one's pretty good. Console development is well underway. Stay tuned for more later this year. So that means by the end of the year they should be releasing update on console for you console players. Audio. We're always working on the audio of the game, from new heroes to polishing up existing sounds. To music in the menus, expect consistent improvements here as we head to early access. Hell yeah. We saw a lot of feedback regarding the camera on certain heroes. We're currently adjusting various camera settings to find sweet spots that all players can enjoy without taking away from the immersive experience. They have a big picture of Rampage there. That's because whenever he goes into his ult, it's really weird. And some of the larger heroes. But that's good that they're trying to fix that. Hopefully they don't mess it up too bad, because we don't want that. Onboarding, we'll be adding more hints, tips, and tricks to get players started, as well as to try out heroes before jumping into a full 5v5 game. So that's just like getting tutorials ready and other tools to use for that. Matchmaking rating, predecessor is designed to be a competitive experience, and we're currently adding our MMR system to offer players of all skill levels a more balanced and continuously challenging experience. So it's designed to be a competitive experience, and they're adding our MMR system to offer players of all skill levels a more balanced and continuously challenging experience, meaning that should have casual and ranked MMRs. So after it does go in early access, we should be getting, after maybe a couple days, a week or so, you should be getting into games with people with your right MMR. That way you get better games and better matches. New heroes. Heroes are at the heart of any MOBA, and predecessors no exception. We're continuing to pump away at heroes to ensure that everyone's old favorite returns, but we're also excited to flex our wings with our new heroes. Codename Huntress, this vampire hunter has traveled here for only one reason. Stay tuned for a look at Huntress in the coming weeks and months. Dope. So that means they already have a new hero that they have created that they're willing to release. So expect that to be in there for early access. And obviously I'm pretty sure they'll have some of the old Paragon guys. So in summary, these are just a few of the things we're working on, but we're also constantly working on improved visual sounds, game feel, and more. The Stress Test Weekend was just a small taste of what we have to offer. After all, we had to save some stuff for early access. So this is pretty big news that it's come out. I have been telling everybody, like, hey, I'm 99% sure as soon as Overprime CBT opened up, that we'll be hearing a lot more from why am I drawing a blank here? The Omega Studios guys for Predecessor. I'm honestly looking more forward to Predecessor than Overprime. Overprime does feel good, but it's not as smooth as Predecessors, I think. Predecessor is a little bit slower, but that's my kind of pace, so I like it. So when we look here, just looking back at the pictures, they're definitely working on new heroes. They're working on the console update, working on their UI. So essentially getting more characters in for us, making sure we're able to play with more people cross-platform, making sure that our game doesn't, our computer or our system doesn't crash just from the HUD, and overall giving us a better gameplay with a better HUD. Item system shop, so that's going to go. Player onboarding, so tutorials, audio, make sure it sounds better. Projectiles, making sure those basic attacks and any ability that's kind of going a good distance, they're a lot better, like Rampage's rock. Camera adjustments, speaking of Rampage and field of view, adjusting that so it looks a little better with all characters. And of course, what everybody's been waiting for, MMR, making sure that system's ready to go for early access. So I'm looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too.